I kind of want to go with High Coast on this. I think that Nyx is pretty game ruining for Bristle. I think they're going to kill him. I think if this Monkey King...
Well, and we're also going to be seeing a 5-man stack. Both teams are running 5 of their players to one side of the map, and we might just have a really big 5-on-5 fight to start the game.
They've got the Beastmaster Hawk scouting out, so they know full well on the side of Liquid who's up here.
Yeah, they're going to try and go for the shards. They do manage to catch Chesty in it. Follow up with a magic missile. They're trying to bring down Chesty as quick as possible. Beautiful impale to stall things out. But the imprisonment only lasts for so long. Chesty's still trying to get away, but Mickey is hot on his tail with the quills. He's going to need 2 or 3 more of them. Maybe with Taiga leading up that damage. See if this last quill is close enough. It's barely outside of the range, but the ice shard is going to be there. Chesty's nowhere really to run to. He popped the salve to try and stay alive, but in the end, Koifa is the one to claim that first blood, while Mickey is sacrificed in turn. As a result, though, it looks like, and I'm going to try really hard not to call them chicken fighters, High Coast will manage to get 2 bounty runes.
I like this adjustment Quakefa's made. Usually he likes to go for the max wave of terror, as most Venges do in the mid lane, but since he's against Monkey King, who he can't really harass, he's chosen to max out the stun because that's the only way he can kind of do it. Oh, as we see a first blood bottom. I didn't expect that.
It was the first blood of the laning phase anyway. Yeah, it looks like Star Undying just get a little bit too far ahead of himself in that lane, which is something that I think is very easy to do with the Undying versus Tusk matchup. Now we're going to watch Supreme maybe get away. High ground hit. Evasion? No, the blast comes through. It was a good dodge, but ultimately Insania had a plan B if that hits. And Insania just trying to threaten the pull here, so Era is forced to mess around with that rather than going for our carry. Mickey is going to procure the bounty runes. Era does have a stun though, so should be able to get it. No big deal. He's going to be chased down though. They're going to do a lot of damage to him. Charlie also going to be forced to back up as his Undying goes down. Era does indeed fall up at that top lane. No real chance for him.
Which means that they're not doing anything else on the map. Coddle is doing his job by taking no experience and then also stacking. So it's like quadruple the efficiency, because you're getting it out of lane and then you're also getting it out of lane.
Turn around, prime the roar. Boxy immediately TPing out. Very smart. A snowball over the side is only going to delay his death. As Taiga is certainly going to be gone here. But still, they traded 1 for 1 and they forced rotations. I'm sure Liquid is still going to that exchange.
Done before the TP. The next stun was just a tad too late there. As Quakefa gets the Arcane Ring, could be a bit of trouble, but Aaron's at least going to pay with his life.
Yeah, Supreme turning his attention onto Boxy instead of going for Koifa here. Maybe just because he knows Koifa is pretty tanky to physical damage thanks to all that extra iron. Supreme is getting tied around. Oh, that magic missile just did so much damage. And now Zippe, he's going to die too. This boar, it's relentless and it's not letting him go anywhere. Koifa with the triple kill. Oh, they're going to get a quad?
That is weak early. He is now weak later. And he is now a triple kill, maybe an ultra kill? No.
Yeah, Charlie does manage to get away because the Nyx was already back up.
The Venge is one of the few heroes that he actually took time to talk to me about, which was like, it's really cool to hear his perspective on like the timing of the hero. He's pretty much like, yeah, you get nags and then you just run around. And if you die, you run around some more because your Elysian moves 30% faster.
Nice, picking him up halfway through the impale means Insania took no damage from that spell. And nice and easy. Big rotation that catches 2 heroes and is going to force the point back.
Yeah, they're making such good use of the Keeper of Light. If you look at their draft, it's just genius because as we see another Roar mid. Undying, I guess he's willing to tank it. Summons alone should probably
Snowball picking him up, putting him right into an impale underneath the tier 1 tower. The OD ultimate there, as well as the boundless hit here from Supreme. Now Supreme's going to be focused down pretty quickly. He's healed up by Charlie. Maybe he can still turn this around. They do have the Vendetta hit onto the Bristleback, but ultimately he does do enough to be able to bring down the Monkey King. There goes a lot of your damage, and there goes High Coast. Backing it up, backing away, not wanting to...
Yeah, I think when you say independent, I like to think of self-sustaining in this stage of the game.
Okay,
because
yeah, that's a good word.
Usually, Bristol is not self-sustaining, but because he has a Keeper of the Light, he turns into that.
Sure.
So I think what Liquid does a really good job of is specifically recognizing these duos of heroes that work so well in tandem.
One magic missile. You can throw another one pretty soon here, but he's actually going to imprison Zibe. He's going to be able to get over the side. The blast is going to bring him down, but he's like, hey, I'm good with that. Koifa's going to die, and Heiko's... no. I was going to say,
if they
maybe.
can turn that into something, I was going to say it's pretty good, but...
And they're like, nope, can't get over that.
Look at his farm. He's got Vanguard, Hood, and a full halberd at 15 minutes in. He's 2,000 gold ahead of second place in the network.
Perfect. There's not much of an animation to Snowball. Really well done by Taiga. He's going to maybe get himself denied. Oh! Throws down the Sanity's Eclipse, but it's too late.
Oh, come on. Like, you could just tip Taiga. I feel like that was...
wrong, and one of those things going wrong is their triangle being taken over by this Bristleback. They're going to make the rotation, though, down to bottom lane, thanks to the relocate and Era setting up. This is kind of what the synergy of their draft had, which with 4 IO mixed with the Nyx Assassin support, they could actually get really powerful. Era trying to do everything he can to stop Liquid from rolling onto the high coast side of the map. Better not summon a Hawk Supreme. He's pumping his ultimate. He's gonna let it out now. Goes straight for Boxy. See if they can chain stun him before the Primal Roar goes out, but they cannot. He gets a Force Staff out of the Wukong's command. Still gets off his Primal Roar. Does a nice job of retreating here. Koifa's gonna be caught inside of this mess, though. He's gonna turn and fight, though, because he still has his Aghanim Scepter to be able to rely on. He gets popped, gets brought down. They are gonna be able to get a little bit more as the Dying Tombstone is just in a perfect spot there. Mickey is playing underneath it like he just doesn't give a damn, though. And it looks like he probably doesn't give a damn. As the last hit is still not there. Somebody please, for love of God, hit this Tombstone. They finally do, while Mickey is going to be stalled up by the Meteor Hammer with the imprisonment, while the Koifa Illusion is going to go for Supreme. Already brought him back to the doom of Taiga, who blocks him in with the shard as well. He's going to get an imprisonment stake. His OD's doing a lot of damage. Box is getting a pop in the end there, but it looks like they're going to lose their Monkey King. If they lose their Monkey King, again, there goes a lot of their damage. They're just on full retreat now, as Chessie will do what he can to stall them from running back, but ultimately
he does respawn on the illusion.
He does, but he's going to be back to full health and full mana, so Koifa is covered by Mickey in that regard. Uh-oh, they're going to relocate in. Maybe they will take advantage of this. Insania is here, though. They do have a few more seconds. He can maybe recall some people in. Meteor Hammer lands on Koifa's head. They're going to try and pop him real quickly. Managed to get the magic missile stun. He's down. Taiga is now up. Maybe recalled by Insania.
Really down?
Chessie trying to get away, but he's going to be swapped back again. This illusion. They keep on killing the Vengeful Spirit at the start of these fights, but the illusion perseveres and has a huge impact in making sure that high coasts do not get away.
Other than killing the Tombstone?
Nope, they gave up on that. Oh, Axis!
The fact that he's allowed to play alone like this is just... like, he's just getting away with murder in the top lane. Like, you see how they're able to play 3 lanes? That's the power of the Liquid lineup, as now they can collapse on bottom with the Carl recall.
Yep, Mickey. Really good blast there from Insania, pushing Zibe up onto the high ground. They know Chessie's still here, too. Chessie did not have a TP, and I think they spotted that. They're going to go for the Meteor. That's not going to go up in time. It's trapped underneath his Tier 2 tower. That is why sometimes this Tier 2 tower is better off just give it up. It's such a hard tower to defend.
Way to go! Radiant's bottom tower completely gone.
Oh boy,
the problem is usually when the opponent team is pushing a Tier 2 with 4 or 5 heroes like this, you're also pressuring other lanes. But because Mickey was able to play top for so long, Io's just now getting to the Tier 2 and he's already forced the TP back, not even attempting to go for a trade. They're not missing out on any efficiency on the side of Liquid going for the
Swap immediately breaking the tether. Supreme's gonna get bursted down just like that. He's gone with no buyback. Tombstone is out on the side here. Mickey's gonna deal with it. Force Staff gets him out of the Meteor Hammer stun just in case. Zibe very likely to die as the blast comes through from Insania to finish off the kill. They're gonna buy back. Try and take this 4 versus 5, but I'm not convinced they can deal with Mickey.
Come on, Radiant's top barracks are getting attacked.
And Koifa has not been shy about dying just to force a fight.
Man,
that is the power of the Aghanim Scepter.
Barracks are gone, and I'm pissed.
as we usually see when it's in a good game. And Liquid
middle tower
really
is
showing
under
that with
attack.
the last couple picks in this draft. Avenge Beastmaster, all about that 5-man.
Easy now on Mickey. Insane is going to die at the start of this fight, but once again, Supreme goes in. Maybe he can actually get off the Wukong's command. He's going to be okay. The rest of the Liquid did not come up into this triangle. Instead, they push forward to catch the OD. They kill him, but it might cost some of their heroes their lives. Koifa is going to be dancing away here. Now that Wukong's command is gone, they have to relocate. That pulled some heroes out. They're going to return back, though, to a team fight that's going to be very tough to tank. The Tombstone's still around here, but again, the power of Mickey and Koifa just not really caring if anybody goes on them, because Koifa's got an extra life and Mickey's impossible to kill. Just means that it's always High Coast that have to back away from these two.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's also got the 20 kill stack talent on Mickey. His damage output's insane.
Swap again. Supreme underestimating the range that this level 3 swap gives you. We could see Koifa is like, whatever, I'm dying with tier 3. I've got my illusion still here. Mission accomplished. We kill the core. We're going to take 2 lanes to barracks now. As Swap goes again, Chessie is able to get the imprisonment on himself before the stun lands, but he's going to come back, and I'm not sure if he can do anything. Oh, the impale, meteor hammer. That's going to be able to finish off Taiga rather, but Mickey is a big problem. Fortunately, the imprisonment will allow them to reset the fight. It won't stop Mickey from going for the objectives unless it does. Unless Liquid's like, chill. That's it.
The mana, so as long as the hero has natural health sustain, you're always on map. There's so much efficiency gained from never having to go back to base, never having to ferry yourself clarities, going straight for items that are just good for the hero. And you're seeing it here with Bristol. His net worth is off the freaking charts.
So much movement speed slow. The Swap's going to go out, pulling him even deeper onto the side of Liquid, who pretty much own any area outside of High Coast's actual base. Koifa backing away from the Tombstone. They're building up the imprisonment stacks here. Stealing a bunch of that mana for the OD.
Spell lamp.
HP reach-in that comes down as well. All very nice stuff. The imprisonment set up into Wukong's command. Missed the impale though. Swap back and also kills the Wukong command and ultimately kills the Monkey King. He doesn't like that one bit. Now he's going to be Primal Lord on the OD. Okay, buyback on the Monkey King, but no buyback available on the OD. And that's been their way of dealing with Mickey so often part of the time as they try to go for the hit from Era and Pale. Oh, geez, he just got bursted so quick. Big shards blocks out Zibe, who drops the Tombstone, but it's going to be all in vain as this team is very likely going to be wiped here. Mickey gets a little bit low. And Liquid once again going, okay, we don't necessarily have to force this. They'll lose Taiga on the way out, but they still have Koifa's illusion up. So basically, it's still 4 mana from Liquid. So all we need to do is find a way to relocate Mickey into the enemy fountain.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down with that. Maybe we're going to be able to kill the bench right away. Koifa, he's going to die. His illusion put it on the imprisonment. Zibe, though, oh dear. Mickey's right on top of them. Gets the Abyssal Blade onto the OD. Finishes off Zibe as well. Look over, and Supreme's dead just like that because of Moxie and all of his Necronomicons. The synergy of this Liquid lineup, man, it just looks so cool.
We see a lot of individual pieces that counter the individual pieces of the Liquid lineup, but I think the overall picture is just so much more well-rounded on the side of Liquid, and you're seeing it play out in these 5v5s. It's like Nyx, OD, 1-to-1, very nice against Bristol, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you guys die in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Was Coddle the problem in game 1, or is the second game of IO the solution, BSJ? What do you think?
The issue I have with the dire draft here is that none of their cores move. Darkseer, Bristleback, Morph, they all like to stay in their lanes and kind of just farm. And on the other side, we have Coddle, who can recall people. We have Tusk, who's a great roamer. And we have very mobile Ember Spirit, as well as Invoker. So I'm really concerned that they're kind of just going to get outmaneuvered around the map, just purely based on the fact that none of their heroes want to.
I love the production. They're like, okay, we noticed something about these Liquid games. We'll go to the casters, but real quick, we got to go into the game because Liquid, they did the same thing, slightly different side of the map. A 5-man's over here and managed to catch Jesse.
Koikfa is level 3 now. That poison attack starts to add up a lot, doubles up in the damage, as it looks like he's gonna go down on the 5 position Bristle. I don't get to say that very often.
What's he doing over there?
He was blocking the hard camp.
Oh, okay.
It kind of puts a damper on your win condition of the mid game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that Viper simultaneously wins the one-on-one matchup against the IO, so it pressures him in lane. The other way to recover is taking stacks, and guess what? Viper does that really well. He's got level 1 of Nether Toxin, but they just took that hard camp stack with a little help from Taiga.
It's a really nice item on Viper, but the Keeper of the Light might kind of do that for you. Curious to see what Quake's next item is here. As Boxy has bought the Midas, has it pretty early, 10 minutes in for Invoker.
Zibek, you are not a core Bristleback, my friend.
Oh, Radiant's top tower
You
is
can't
under
just
attack.
run at people full-on aggro like you're invincible.
What do you mean, man? He's 6-slotted. Look at his inventory.
Is he really? Oh, look at that. He's got 8 items.
Yeah, you're right. He's actually 8-slotted.
All right, there goes the Rod of Atos. They're going to reveal that one as they start going on to the Morphling. He's going to shrink Morph all he can and will manage to get out thanks in part to the rotations. Oh, nice pushback there. Era also pull in on Mickey to quickly surround that Earth Spirit. Mickey still has a haste rune, so he could chase some more heroes down if he wants to. Gets the Chakra Magic, had another slight, but figured, no need to really dive this Darkseer too much. Just be happy with what you got.
Those little rascals are hitting Dire's bottom tower.
Right? I mean, they've got
Yeah,
IO,
yeah,
Morphling,
yeah.
Darkseer. You said heroes that don't want to move around and make kills happen. Oh. Dania does have Taiga here to be able to block him off. Zibe, I keep forgetting that this this little guy, man, he's so squishy. Then again, so is Koifa when he's surrounded by 4 heroes. But every single time I look at that Bristleback.
That guy hits for 300 right now.
Oof. Yeah, that'll sort of
Dire's
need it.
middle tower is under attack. You know, Morty, it's
tower's gonna die
feels
top
like
for
they
sure.
don't
Get
even
up
care. Out of here, because Radiant just fortified their structures.
I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself like Kyle does. I'll just say it's most likely going to die here.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
See, Liquid is going to try and defend here. Arrow tries to make the initiation. A little bit off the mark there with that roll in, and unfortunately he's going to pay the iron price. His blood is spilled on the battlefield. The tower does indeed die, though, Brian. You're absolutely right about that one. But the tower is also, again, going to come at a cost. 2 heroes down, perhaps Green maybe going to die here as well. Out of the EMP, out of the Sunstrike, so he is okay for now. Mickey, got to be careful of that. Turns into the Ember Spirit and had the shackles on him. Supreme, oh, here comes the damage, here comes Taiga. They're going to throw a lot of tag team damage onto him, maybe stop him. Oh, they managed to get in front of him. Here comes the Bristleback. Zibe's here to defend his Supreme. Oh no, the Morphling's dead. Zibe's dead too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Here's the counter, guys. If
wonder
you're
what they're
looking
gonna
to
build
figure out how to play
Dire's top
Bristle
tower
against
used to
Viper,
Radiant
you
just
just
fortified their
don't level
structures. You know what I'm
Bristleback.
talking about?
I don't think so.
Kind of reminds me of the Death Prophet 5 position that we saw a lot, maybe 8 or 9 months ago. On paper, it's like, yeah, that's really countered. It's a really good hero, but they picked like 4 counters. Let's just move it to support. And then you just don't have a support.
Zib is going to give his best rendition of Contortionist. Try and be as flexible as possible to get out of that gank, but he does not.
I was wondering what you meant by contortionist.
Oh, you're talking about flexibility, you know?
That's true. It's true. It was good. It was a good one.
I mean, they're trying to be.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ultimately, they're trying to be OG, but can't quite pull that one off without some real good practice. Mickey with the double damage almost brings Charlie down. The roll in from Taiga. He's going to get the big fish punch in there to finish him off. And now, well, this is high coast retreat just like that. Taiga. Not quite catching there, but Mickey can. Gonna get the shooter. Lock him down with the Rod Matos. They can go for the carry here. They can go for the Morphling. Supreme's already dead. Tornado up in the air. The Darkseer had just used his surge. So beautiful timing there from Boxy with a clock switch. Invoker catching him out. Koifa, he's not scared of anything, nor should he be, as most of High Coast is all dead. It is pretty crazy. I have to assume this is something they've tried out. Is combine position from the back. They probably tried it out.
Middle tower is under attack.
Honestly, this looks like something where I don't know how we deal with this. We don't have enough fans in the first round. How about we just deny pick the bristle?
Rascals are hitting Dyer's bottom tower.
Actually, pretty sure that's how that went. If there's a loser's interview, you can ask, but I don't think there is one.
Their structures.
And Taiga, the offlane duo.
What's the matter with you? You
This
just
game.
Yeah, whenever you're winning like this, you gotta bring up the scoreboard and say, who are the feeders? Who are the feeders on the winning team here?
I mean, who are the team players? Right? Such a carry mentality to assume that Death's intellectual and say that you're quoting King Leonidas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if he actually in reality said that. Sounds like a...
Sounds like something that'd be hard to disprove.
Yeah, absolutely. Chesty. Oh, yeah, that's BKB on Mickey. A BKB with a double damage. And pretty sure those letters, all combined, BKB and DD, combined to say that High Coast is dead.
Triple kill.
I feel like there's no way those letters combine to say that, but...
It's code, Brian. You wouldn't understand.
Okay, fair enough. It's before talking.
Yeah. all the 4 and 5 positions out there totally understand. Hey, you know what? Hey, shout out to High Coast. You gotta have... there's no other way to treat that game than just to laugh it off. You know?